future will rise. Every surf, every spike, hear the crowd ignite. Together we shine, together we fight. Stronger, faster, higher we go. Feel the passion, let it show. With every jump, the sky we claim. Next gen heroes, remember the name. Rise, ignite, shine brighter than the lights. Jump, unite, every heart is taking flight. Shakey Super League, dream big, believe. Shakey Super League, we will achieve. Power in the play, better every day. Breaking all the limits down. Next gen we crown. Energy surge and the moment is ours. Chasing the glory, we're reaching the stars. One team, one voice, the victory song. Shakey Super League, we all belong. Stronger, faster, higher we go. Feel the passion, let it show. With every step, we chase the flame. Next gen legends, we stake our claim. Rise, ignite, shine brighter than the lights. Jump, unite, every heart is taking flight. Shakey Super League, dream big, believe. Shakey Super League, we will achieve. Power in the play, better every day. Breaking all the limits down. Next gen we crown. We crown. Clap to the beat, feel the roar. Stronger together we'll soar. Push through the pain, rise from the fall. Super League spirit will give it all. Rise, ignite, shine brighter than the lights. Jump, unite, every heart is taking flight. Shakey Super League, dream big, believe. Shakey Super League, we will achieve. Power in the play, better every day. Breaking all the limits down. Next game, then we crown. We crown. We crown.
This is Quick Set powered by Smart Power All 109. It's day 5 of 7 here in the Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitationals. First matchup will be battle for the 4th spot. Enderun colleges taking on Colegio de San Juan de Letran. Second game naman establishing their positioning for that second spot. CSB Lady Blazers contra Southern Storm Melbourne. And to cap things off for our final day here in the elimination round, UST contra Ho Chi Minh City Volleyball Club. You can catch the Shakey Super League National Invitationals live and free on pusop.com. Join the community now. You can also watch on Shakey Super League Facebook page, on TV at Solar Sports, and at Shakey's restaurants nationwide. And that was Quick Set powered by Smart Power All 109.
Every heart is taking flight. Shakey Super League, dream big, believe. Shakey Super League, we will achieve. Power in the play, better every day. Breaking all the limits down. Next gen we crown. Energy surge and the moment is ours. Chasing the glory, we're reaching the stars. One team, one voice, the victory song. Shakey Super League, we all belong. Power in the play, better every day. Breaking all the limits down. Next game, then we crown. We crown. Jump, unite, every heart is taking flight.
It all comes down to the final day of our elimination round, led by the team captain of the Lady Titans, V. Botor, who has been repeatedly proving that they belong here in the tournament against the NCAA Season 101 champions, led by their team captain, or their main gunner, I must say, Venice Colendra, Enderun Colleges, Lady Titans contra Letran Lady Knights for our first game. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and welcome to the 2026 Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitationals. Dr. Crisobel here with Richie Cordero. Richie, welcome back. And we know for our first game, they are eyeing to secure that number 4 spot para sa ating semifinals, which will happen tomorrow already.
You know, with Letran looking to reclaim their identity as one of the most dominating teams in our NCAA, they are faced with Enderun, a familiar foe who remains to eagerly maintain their momentum from their previous game.
Pero ngayon, Richie, let's take a look where the teams are at as of the moment kung saan nangunguna itong UST with a perfect record 4-0 to be exact.
You know, we have a tied second spot here from De La Salle College of St. Benilde and Southern Storm Melbourne with 3 wins each and 1 loss. Pero angat dito ang Benilde with 1 point. And of course, we have our match today that will determine the 4th and final spot between Enderun Colleges and College de San Juan de Letran.
So truly a must-win situation for both of these teams. But right now, balikan natin yung naging panalo kahapon ng Enderun Colleges. It was a dominant victory kontra Ho Chi Minh City, one of our international guest teams yesterday, winning in straight sets. Although the second set was a bit shaky for them, they were well challenged by their opponents. Pero makita natin, they were able to establish themselves in that set number 2, 29-27. Pero pagdating ng set number 3, they never looked back and made sure na magwawagi sila in straight sets.
You know, from that second set, they really pushed their way forward to end the game quicker in the third set, really limiting their errors and, of course, also finding their movement inside the court.
Now, our player in focus is presented by pusupi.com. Make sure to join now for free. Isa sa mga lagi nilang nakakapitan is a V-Motor. Back-to-back, double-digit production for her. So, kahapon, nag-ambag siya ng 14 points. But also, against Southern Storm Melbourne, she chipped in 16 points. So, makikita natin yung production niya as their team captain. Very evident, not just in her leadership skills, but also offensively, she could be reliable.
You know, definitely one of the people who remains to be a force to be reckoned with from 14 points from their game with Ho Chi Minh and from Southern Storm Melbourne, she had 16 points, 8 of those coming from attacks, 4 points coming from blocks, and 4 service aces. So in different volleyball departments, we really see this girl shining through as one of the rising stars here in the Shakey's National Invitationals.
But good thing she didn't play solo yesterday. There was one player who actually backed her up in that win contra Ho Chi Minh City, and that was Ella Ma, who also poured 11 points in that win.
You know, if there was a girl who really has been consistent in her run here in the Shakey's National Invitationals, it is Ella Ma with 11 points, 9 coming from attack points, and 2 coming from blocks. She really has been a helping hand for Enderun Colleges.
Pero ang mahirap, no, kapag kampiyon ka, there's also this bigger role for you. At ganun nga ang nangyari para dito sa ating reigning NCAA 101 champions, the Letran Lady Knights. We know that this is a revamped lineup for them, pero they were actually well challenged by the CSB Lady Blazers. Makikita mo sa kanila, it's not something that we expected yesterday, that kind of matchup kung saan natalo sila in straight sets. So yung challenge na yun, mukhang tuloy-tuloy na makikita natin for Letran, but let's see how they will try to bounce back in today's game.
You know, that was also a very crucial game because it was a rivalry game between CSB and Letran where they did fall short in 3 sets. So we really saw a totally different set or totally different momentum coming from this team.
But one of their key holdovers is Judiel Nitura, who's slowly finding her groove back here for the Letran Lady Knights. Yesterday, she came off the bench, parte siya ng double substitution. Naging crucial din yung pagpasok sa kanya. She actually scored 5 points in the third set, a total of 7 points. Pero nung last 2 matches, specifically kontra USD, she was only limited by a double-digit production.
Yeah, but with her game with CSB, she had 7 points, but only reducing those 6 points on the third set. So she really did have a harder time finding her groove.
So the big question is, will the reigning finals MVP at yung ating best opposite spiker of the NCAA Season 101, will she be able to help her team out in today's game? But one of the bright spots filling the void when Letran struggled, she exhibited 8 points. Talking about Nis Colendra.
Yeah, that's the beauty and the maturity of this player Colendra had 8 points, 7 coming from the attack line and 1 service ace that really helped her team at least fill the void that they were looking for and in finding the groove against their rival team.
Mahirap-hirap ang pagdadaanan dito ng Letran Lady Knights despite being the Season 101 NCAA champions because they're going up against the Naasco champions, itong Enderun colleges. So in just a moment, magpapasiklaban na po ang ating first game ngayong Thursday.
With every step we chase the flame. Next generations we stake our claim.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Only and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Only and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Erwin Lucordero. Our second referee, Ray Galve. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ninoy Aquino Stadium. This is the Shakey Super League 2026 National Invitationals. It's match number 13 of the preliminaries between the Enderun College's Lady Titans and their challengers across the net, the Colegio de San Juan de Letran Lady Knights. Let us now meet the starters for both teams. First, for the Enderun College's Lady Titans. Let's start with our outside hitter and our team captain at number 6, Vibutor. Opposite hitter, number 7, Pop Salvero. Setter, number 9, Ali Santos. Outside hitter, number 10, Klein Salvani. Millblocker, number 11, Eder Alba. Another millblocker, number 18, Elama. Starting libero at number 8, SJ Barilla. Head coach of the Lady Titans, Dong De La Cruz. Now let's meet the starters for the Colegio de San Juan de Letran Lady Knights. Let's start with our outside hitter, number 4, Riza Bayon. Millblocker, number 6, Leonelin Padilla. Opposite hitter, number 12, Nisen Culendra. Outside hitter, number 16, Nat Tizon. Setter, number 17, Chick Chick Flores. Millblocker, number 23, Sai Silorio. Starting libero at number 14, Allen Enverga. Head coach of the Lady Knights, Alexi Latinmaki. It's the Lady Titans versus the Lady Knights.
And
This
then
is the
College's Lady
Shakey
Titans
Super
taking
League
on
2026.
the Letran Lady Knights. Enderun Colleges, mangunguna dyan. Playmaking ni Santos, Alba, Ma, Salvani, Botor, Alvero, and Barilla. A different lineup para dito sa Letran. It's only Colendra as well as Chick Chick Flores who will be part of the starting 6. So itong mga new names na nakikita natin such as Riza Abayon, Leonelin Padilla, even Nat Tizon and Sarah Silorio will be part of the starting 6. Kahapon, they came off the bench after falling short contra CSB Lady Blazers. These two teams eyeing for that final 4 spot which will happen immediately tomorrow. So really a must-win situation for both of these teams. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite Thin Crust Pizza and Chicken and Mojo's now. Greeting everyone a pleasant afternoon. Still back in action here in the Ninoy Aquino Stadium para po sa ating Day 5 of 7 in the Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitationals. And the best way to open things up para sa Letran is coming from that solid denial at the net.
You know, as much as possible, you want to be dominant when it comes to your net defense, and Letran has shown us that good start. But first, a service error there for our Letran Lady Knights.
So Flores, not how they want to maintain that one. So only 2 players, Richie, will remain as part of the starting 6. Flores together with Colendra. So lahat sa kanila dito came off the bench kahapon. Even their libero, it was Zamudio. Pero ngayon, it's Enverga will be the main floor defender.
So changing things up here, maybe a change of strategy and a change of movement for Letran, but a service ace there for Enderun.
That's our team captain, V. Botor. They've been heavily relying on the shoulders of their team captain. And as always, si Kapitana, just wasting no opportunities for the Lady Titans.
You know, these two teams are also familiar foes in their respective teams, but this time it was a drop ball coming from Letran.
That was courtesy of Miss Colendra. So kahapon, isa din siya sa mga masasabi nating nagpakitang gilas, especially that they were shaky. You know, they've been trying to connect with one another, pero mararamdaman mo na nag-struggle talaga ang Letran. Although, you can expect naman na it's really hard to defend their crown. No? This is just a preseason, but as much as possible, you want to start everything dito pa lang. So with newcomers, they've been trying to really probably detect kung sino ba yung mag-work with one another.
This time, everything is working out nicely for Enderun. Let's see that sequence once again. A quick activation for their clickers.
Yesterday's game for Letran Lady Knights, that was sort of missing yung activation from the middle, especially with that early exit of Huino, one of their middle blockers, kaya wala na rin na-activate. But right on cue, although that was picked up. Gandang bantay sa net para dito sa Letran.
Good net defense here coming from Letran. That's already their second point from blocks.
Earlier, it was Colendra. Gandang tapik by Padilla this time around.
So as much as possible, you want that first touch to already be a point, and that will be activated when you become aggressive in the net. This time, Enderun trying to adjust and make that ball touch the blocker's hands, but that ball will sail out.
Some clarifications are being made here, coming from our first referee with their team captain, V. Butor. Play continues here as Letran in this, probably in this better beginning. Kung ikukumpara natin dun sa naging laro nila kahapon sa Lady Blazers, literally they struggled as they were silenced by low production in the first few sequences. At ngayon may mga atake na kahapon sa reception. They've been struggling. Nice to see second stringers paving the way early on in set 1.
I like that. It also came from a set coming from behind and naka-adjust din dun si Tizon.
Tizon is formerly part of the NU Nazareth program. Incoming rookie para dito sa Letran, but a freebie given away for the Lady Titans as Santos. Some activation here for Abayon, one of the underrated players for Coach Dong de la Cruz.
I think Letran there, medyo they got confused on who was going to get that ball. Medyo unexpected yung pagka-drop nun sa gitna.
Can only one team can secure that fourth spot.
Exactly. I think the pressure also starts in this match for these two teams, that it is a do-or-die situation on who will remain in the top 4.
Kaparehong championship caliber itong dalawang koponan, no? Letran, of course, for the NCAA 101. That's actually their first time after 28 years to bag that championship in the NCAA. Meanwhile, sa NASCO, kilalang kilala itong Enderun colleges. No need to introduce themselves in that tournament. 3-point lead for the Lady Knights, and another guard at the net for Elama.
Elama a while ago, 2 puntos siya with drop balls, pero this time she's showing the same aggressiveness that Letran was showing when it comes to net defense.
Underhand set. And an error here coming from Nat Tizon, opting to go for that off-speed.
It's hard to actually calculate when you want to do an off-speed attack, especially when the set is already wide. And I guess that's where it really plays off pag-dig yung pagka-set sa'yo.
Back-to-back points para sa Lady Titans. An opportunity to tie things up at 7-all. Flores to Tizon, pinabawi, and agad-agad makukuha ni Natian.
Flores, as a setter, you want to give confidence to your teammates, especially coming from an error. Mabilis naman tong bumawi si Tizon.
And now it's the Lady Knights bringing us into our first technical timeout.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
You're still watching the Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitationals. Daphne Crisobal here with Richie Cordero. And this is just our first game this triple header Thursday. Our final game day for the elimination round. So bukas, semifinals na At mangyayari po ang ating finals and bronze medal showdown on Sunday in the Phil Oil Eco Oil Center. Pero ngayon at bukas dito po tayo sa Ninoy Aquino Stadium. Letran, led by Nat Tizon, has been creating some early damages here in set 1.
You know, Tizon now contributing from that service line with the service ace.
This serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey's Order Your Favorite Thin Crust Pizza and Chicken and Mojo's Now. Back-to-back conversions for Nat Tizon. Earlier struggled from the open and then pinabawi siya ni Flores. At ngayon, nagbigay pa ng service ace, but V. Botor with that off the blockers hit.
You know, Botor is a force to be reckoned with, especially when she's in that open side. That's really her sweet spot for contributing the most points for her team. This time's Elama serving for Enderun.
Bayon with that high push. But no one actually moved para sa panig ng Enderun Colleges to defend that one.
Unexpected placement there for Letran, but works perfectly.
Ang ganda na naging parte ng starting six itong si Riza Abayon. Formerly part of the UST Junior Golden Tigresses. Kahapon, she was one of the spark plugs nung third set kontra CSB Lady Blazers kasi nga nag-struggle sila sa atake. So, di ba minsan may mga players who are coming off the bench na kapag pinasok talaga, nagpapakitang gilas. And one of which, I must say, is really itong si Riza Abayon.
Well, I think from her previous game na nakabigay siya sa teammates niya and she really showed up. This time, Coach Alexi is giving her that opportunity to shine and to continue that kind of presence inside the court even though she was from the bench from the last game. So iba din yung pressure pag first 6 kang pinasok eh.
Flores goes back to Abayon and pressure is not a problem for Riza.
Yung magandang bawi din because in her previous in the previous setup to her nag-outside yung bola. So she kind of missed the blocker's hands, but this time around she made sure that it will land on the ball.
So far mga open hitters, Tizon, Abayon getting their comfortable spot here with 3 points apiece. Ali to V from the open down the line this time.
Now, if you see that play once again, Botor actually made her dig or her first ball really high, giving her enough time to approach and set the ball in the open side of the court.
Kanina, unang option niya, cross. Ngayon, down the line, challenging the floor defenders of the Lady Knights. Still a 2-point game though. And unable to control that down the line as an answer also by Colendra.
So really, balikan lang tayo dito ng mga palo. Open side, the opposite, and also some activation coming from the middle side for both teams.
Oh, 3-point separation for Letran. Really better offense para sa kanila. And an ace by Riza Abayon make that her 4th point just here in set 1.
Definitely a better showing here for Letran, and Abayon has been very consistent in claiming that spot in the first 6.
May gustong patunayan ito si Riza Abayon. Just not wasting the trust given by Coach Alexi. Chick to Nat. Scramble defense para sa Enderun. Actually, they've been very disorganized the past few sequences, unable to read the offense of Letran. Coach Dong will be calling for a quick timeout.
Ang pangit na nga yung nangyari, papapangitin mo pa eh. Diba? Pag ganun, pangit na, gawa mo na ng paraan. Ikaw ang team captain dyan. Diba? Ngayon, kunting taas sa... halos lahat ng pinapalo nila palabas. Nandito. Dito nila pinapalo, adjust na kaagad. Ha? Kunin mo na yung line. Wala pang pinapalo dyan eh. Okay, side out tayo. Malayo pa yan.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now.
You know, every coach will say or will emphasize that a good attacker means hindi ka na mamili ng set. And I think that's what Coach Dong was trying to emphasize with Botor is that dapat pag sinet sa'yo yung bola, kahit pangat, huwag mo nang papangitin. You have to really make a way to make sure that ball will go to the other side and to really be careful and intentional with your hits.
Especially as a team captain, no, you really have a huge role inside the court. Especially ngayon na 5 puntos na ang hinahabol nila. Make that 4. Immediately sumasagot. Itong si Klein, yun yung mga sinasabi ni Coach Dong na side out.
Kanina sinasabi nila lahat ng palo ng Letran tama lang sa kamay para mag-out. And this time, they're actually also doing it to their opponent.
Let's see if they could create a run after that timeout called by Coach Dong de la Cruz. As Ali reverses. No coverage. Not the best coverage. A block point para sa Letran.
Third block point already for Letran. So that's what's been working for them, is to really limit the attackers of Enderun.
That was actually not T-zone with that block point. Ganda nung timing. He's been just trying to take care of this 5-point lead. Abayon with a breakthrough. Correction, that was Alvero for the Enderun Colleges. As that's gonna be her second point here.
Better reception here for Letran.
And Colendra pounding that leather. Seeing that beautiful reverse setup by Flores to Colendra. And Letran once again bringing us into our second technical timeout.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
Led by V. Botor. The Lady Titans hoping for a return here in the opening set. They're still trailing by a couple of points. Meanwhile, the Lady Knights, yesterday's second stringers, showing a lot of impact in this comeback after that heartbreaker against the silver medalists, the CSB Lady Blazers yesterday. Santos Tuma, may net touch dito.
A bit of a scramble here for the Letran Lady Knights. Let's see that once again. Oh, net touch violation there for T-zone.
Stepped on the foot of one of the players here from the Lady Titans. Good thing. It's all good. SJ with that dig. One hand save by Abayon. Ali picking V, their team captain.
Vibotor finding the edge for the defenders of the Letran Lady Knights. You know what I'm also noticing is medyo pagka-activate ng mga setters natin today, mas madalas sa opposite at saka sa open. So we're still looking for the activation of our middle spikers. And maybe that's what they need kasi medyo nagiging aggressive na rin itong Letran Knights when it comes to their blocking. So they may need to shake things up if gusto ng Enderun makabawi. But this time another attack error for Enderun Colleges.
Correct that you pointed out those middle hitters, middle attackers, because that's actually one of the strengths itong Enderun Colleges with Ma as well as Alba. Pareho silang very aggressive pag nabibigyan sila ni Santos. Pero may substitution na nangyari dito sa Letran.
You need to take advantage of also the height of Ella Ma. We know that when she's being activated, she's very effective. So you need to shake things up, especially with the strategy of Santos.
That was a misset by Tumayao. Naging crucial substitution pa yun para kay Coach Alexi. First ball secured. Netura off the bench. Ball tap. Well work.
You know, it's been working for Letran yung mga placement ng bola sa Enderun, given that they actually move back every time Letran attack. So it's really good that they're trying to place and be smarter with their positioning of that ball.
Great serve. Off speed by Capitana will work.
This time Bator doing the exact same thing of placing that ball properly where attackers were challenged on the side of the Letran Lady Knights. Right in the middle of 4 defenders for Letran.
But so far for the Enderun colleges, it has been V. Butor. We're yet to see itong si Klein Salvani to score offensively para sa Enderun. That setup was very close to the net. Santos picking Alvero from the right pin. Easy over. SJ. Ali to V from the open. Unstoppable.
Check will be called on the side of Letran, giving that point to Enderun. Lead is now down to 2 points.
It's led by the 22-year-old team captain from the Enderun Colleges, V. Butor. Played in Perpetual Binyan in her high school days. And ngayon, incoming 5th year na. Right on cue, Capitana once more.
You know, finding that same spot, medyo nahihirapan din bantayan ng Letran Lady Knights.
That Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by the new Smart Power All 109. Load now, just a 1-point game. Now, bigger challenge for Letran Lady Knights, Richie, especially that they were in the upper hand by as much as 5 points earlier.
You know, I think it was a crucial part also that they had substitution. It really did change the momentum that they were trying to build, or that they were actually already building in the middle section of this first set.
The past few sequences, it has been V. Butor really carrying the load as a team captain. What more kung ma-activate yung mga hinahanap natin na middle blockers with Ma as well as Alba.
It's also a big factor that she's in the front line, and our setter is at the back row, which means they have 3 spikers na pwede na lang guluhin yung depensa na itong Letran Lady Knights. Nitura once again with a wide set. Easily read there by V. Butor.
No entry, says Capitana V. Butor in that sequence, just scoring in all departments. And just like that, Richie, we're deadlocked at 18. Struggling that first ball. Riza with that push. Santos, one-hand set. Riza denied, but my coverage para sa Letran. And they couldn't escape this blockings led by Eder Alba.
You know, as much as possible, you have to take advantage of your height here. And of course, perfect timing from 2 of our blockers. And that really shows the blocking system coming from Enderun. Substitution here made again by the Letran Lady Knights.
That separation, or actually this return of the Enderun colleges happened after that double substitution for the Lady Knights. Ngayon, babalik na ulit si Colendra as well as Flores, pero umabante na ng isa ng Enderun. Riza overcooking that one. This is a 2-point advantage for the Lady Titans.
You know, that also, you need to boost your morale, especially when it comes to this type of situation na lamang ka tapos nahabol ka. So you really have to try to break that momentum for Letran.
So now it's one of their veterans, Panangin, who's also inserted in, replacing Abayon. Chick to Panangin, denied at the net.
You have to love the efforts of the blockers coming from Enderun colleges, especially because when you see them, they're not the tallest of players, pero grabe yung timing nila and grabe yung familiarity nila when it comes to their positionings to guard that net.
The pride of Obando, Bulacan, it's Eder Alba. You know, parang few sequences lang din natin siya nakita na nabibigyan. Pero sa blockings, makikita mo, parang ayaw niya na makatawid ng bola itong panig ng Letran.
Yeah, it's good that even though she's not being activated yet, and we're yet to see more of her when it comes to attacking, she's so aggressive at the net that's the way she's contributing to this team.
I lost count with this run created by Enderun Colleges. But imagine, down 5 earlier. Right now, they are in the upper hand by 3 points. You see here some of the players from the Letran Lady Knights. Even Huino, who suffered from a right minor sprained ankle injury yesterday. Just seated on the sideline, supporting for Letran. Trailing by 3, 18-21. Make this a 4-point gap.
Now, what a run Enderun has done here in this first set. So they were trying to find their groove, their momentum in the first sequences of the set. But when they had that opportunity, they really just grabbed it and took advantage of course, also the errors that Letran has been making.
All of a sudden, the Lady Knights lost themselves here in set 1. Panangin finally ending that rally.
Breaking the momentum here for Enderun. So it's still a 3-point game. Enderun up by 3.
It's Panangin who just came off the bench, ending that run by the Lady Titans. So 3 puntos or a 3-0 run is what they need here.
This is a chance that Letran will need with Flores at the back. They have 3 spikers. But again, the spikers of Enderun just really being activated perfectly.
This is sort of an examination for Letran Lady Knights that they don't know the answer as of the moment, especially with how Vibutor has been leading her team here in set 1.
Just really maximizing Vibutor on the front side. Pero ngayon nasa likod siya, so it can also be an advantage here for Letran.
The first time you saw that combination play, but setup was a bit low. Alvero also from the opposite side.
Santos doing a good job orchestrating her spikers and giving them that opportunity to produce points.
Just a 20-year-old setter itong si Ali Santos. You recognized her with her playmaking strategies, Richie. At ngayon, Enderun ang nasa set point.
But this will stay as set point as Panangin goes to the service line.
1 set point save. Kailangan dito ng 5 consecutive points ng Letran if they want to go to an extension. Alvero. Easy over. Ali. To Klein, delayed by the blockings of Letran.
Another set point saved here by Colendra.
Coach Dong will not settle for less after the back-to-back set point save. Make that 3 set point saved actually para sa Letran. Timeout for Coach Dong. For sure, hinahanap ni Coach Dong de la Cruz na yung one stop, no? Knowing that they only need 1 point to ensure that set number 1 will belong on their side.
In a situation like this, usually coaches will push you to go to your percentage spiker. So whether they're at the back motor for a pipeline attack or if you want to go to the front, of course, you also have Alba, who we are yet to see here in the first set to attack. So she's been having a little bit of block points and services, but we still need to see her be activated here.
There was a dig from behind. They set it up to Colendra with that crucial error, setting it straight to the net. Only a quick pause for Coach Dong de la Cruz, Coach Ariel, kaya it is Enderun Colleges who will be clinching the opening set with a 4-point advantage, 25-21.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
25-21 as Enderun Colleges just returned themselves, and mukhang ang naligaw dito all of a sudden ay ang Letran Lady Knights. It is led by their team captain V. Botor. Although Salvani struggled, she went reliable in terms of that floor defense. Everyone also paving the way with Eder Alba. Pero dito sa Letran, of course, Riza Abayon and Nat Tizon. Pero midway, Richie, parang in terms of consistency, nag-struggle doon itong Letran.
You know, Enderun established consistency, limiting errors in that middle part, ending that set 25-21 in favor of Enderun. And let's see our set statistics. We have 11 attacks coming from Letran and Enderun having 13, so only 2 points in difference. We have pantay naman dito, 3-3 for blocks. 2 service aces for Letran and only 1 for Enderun, but we see the opponent errors, 5 for Enderun and 8 for Letran.
Mind you, itong si V. Botor with already a 9-point production in today's ball game. We're seeing in action itong si Sai Silorio for the very first time for the Lady Knights. A bit of tweak in the middle blockers of Coach Alexi in today's game. How will the Season 101 NCAA champions, Letran Lady Knights, secure set number 2? Oh, makukuha ba ulit ito ng Enderun Colleges? This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite Tinkas Pizza, chicken, and Mojos now. Set number 2 underway. Seeing that push still work para kay Panangin. Judiel will be part of the starting 6 here in set number 2. Back-to-back points for Panangin. We see wrist action here for Panangin on that sequence. Set was a bit wide, that's why she used her wrist to direct that ball to a shorter placement. Yung mga masasabi nating wais na open hitters, no? Or mga spikers. Botor denied, but coverage present. Led by SJ. Nitura.
You have to love the effort there from Vibotor, but this time Nitura activated quickly. So we only saw a few points from her in the first set. So as much as possible, you really want to activate her in the second set because you know she's capable of doing those same strategy and placement shots.
Bomb set, Ali to V this time. Just going for that push. Santos to Alba with that quick over receive. Kanino ibibigay? Alvero from the right pin.
Single block for the Letran Lady Knights won't work there as Alvero will find that sweet spot. Perfect setup also, changing the blocking system that Letran was trying to make in that sequence.
Silent but also deadly itong si Alvero for the Lady Titans. She actually garnered 5 points in the opening set and a solid block point here.
You know, Alba kanina nadepensahan yung palo niya sa quick. So this time around, again, just consistent when it comes to being and staying aggressive in guarding the spikes coming from the Letran Lady Knights.
After the 3-0 for the Lady Knights, back-to-back points ang sagot.
Bit of a wide set there for Nitura.
Good coverage by SJ. Off speed. Alvero in her second point here in the second set.
You have to love the pause that she takes before she hits that ball. As you can see, it was a bit high. She took a pause and really looked at her opponents on kung saan sila nakapwesto, and that's why she really just dropped that ball in the middle.
Perfect ball placement so far para kay Alvero dito sa ating set number 2. Very intentional siya sa mga attacking na dito. Ali to Alba. Eder was actually asking for it. Narinig pa natin dito sa taas. But that will not go over for Nitura. This is a 4-0 run as an answer for the Lady Titans.
Stronger start here for Enderun.
Chick to Sai, delayed by the blockings of Enderun.
And again, Alvero just deadly in the opposite side of the court for Enderun.
8 points already para dito kay Alvero. Eh, nakita natin, hindi naman siya laging nabibigyan kanina ni Santos. But every time she's given, she'd really make sure to earn that point. And now, just a really high efficiency. Panangin, backing that one in.
Set was a bit wide, but Panangin made sure that that ball will cross over, opting for a longer attack. Finally breaking the momentum created by Enderun.
Santos picking clean in that play. Nitura pounding it through.
You have to love the effort that comes from Nitura when she spikes the ball because you actually see her giving full effort when she swings, and yung kabig niya sa bola, parang pag pinalo niya, you know that it's gonna be strong.
Deadlock at 5 here in set number 2. Santos, underhand set. Dikit na yun sa net. Flores to Nitura once more. But a net touch violation, unfortunately, will be called here. And now it's Letran's time to answer with his 3 consecutive points. Just a game of runs here in set number 2.
You know, they're trying to build as much points as they want, trying to pull away from one another. And Letran now 6-5.
This time, solid block point here for the Lady Knights.
It's in favor of T-Zone. Let's see that once again. Perfect timing and movement also from Silorio.
That's the second block point of Natizon for the Lady Knights. 4-0 run para sa Letran. Abante sila dito ng 2 puntos. Ball is still playable. Tizon with that off-speed. Over-received, and Alba with a block point.
Joust at the net there, but Alba will remain victorious for that point, towering over Letran Lady Knights.
Finally, just stopping that momentum led by Eder Alba, one of the middle blockers of Coach Dong de la Cruz. But fortunately, that service sent straight to the net. So again, it is Letran bringing us into our first technical timeout here in set 2.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
This is a 5-1 run para sa panig ng Letran Lady Knights. They also had a 4 consecutive points. Open things up here in set number 2. Yet, there was an answer by the Lady Titans with their own. But then, Letran just trying to be in control of this ball game so far. They are in command by 2 points. It's 8-6. Santos. That will sail out for Alvero. Make this a 6-1 run. If you're the Enderun colleges, you couldn't afford to allow the NCAA reigning champions to pull away here in set number 2. Although, ganun din yung nangyari sa set 1 wherein they were trailing by 5. Nagkaroon sila ng sarili nilang run led by Vibutor. Pero ngayon, 2 puntos to tie things up. It's 7-9. One of the game changers, Alvero, with a total of 8 points so far. 3 points coming here in set number 2. Natizon with a cross. Alvero with a chase. Chance for the Lady Knights to answer. Great dig by Alvero. Salvani has been silent in today's ballgame. Flores, Tunitura, that elevation, and that solid hit. You like those high setups by Flores, connecting one of their veterans. Itong si Nitura, who just scored her 4th point, 3 puntos. Dito sa ating set number 2, a substitution was made here. Pahinga muna. Itong si Salvani, they need some game changers to be coming off the bench. And with that, they try to insert itong si Gimay. Let's see how she could contribute for Enderun colleges. Tizon with a side out.
Now we saw Tizon from the first set actually making a lot of points. So as much as possible, she was one of the players that really shined in the first set. We're seeing more of her here.
Still a 3-point advantage para sa Letran. Santos with that push. SJ to Ali and then to Ella.
And that's what we've been waiting for, the activation of our middle blockers. You know, even though it wasn't a spike, that's what we know middle blockers are for, our middle attackers are for, is really those faster drops.
Elama with her first point here on this ball game. Flores to Panangin. Ganda ng net defense para sa Enderun. Violation here called against Alba. No, after snatching that opening set for the Enderun colleges, they find themselves in trouble against Letran here in set number 2. Santos with that 1-2 play. Padilla. Andoon, Nitura, long cut. They pick Capitana, Botor. Padilla with that one-hand chase. Ball is still playable. Santos to Botor. Coverage present for Enderun. Third attempt. Padilla, as if she's not a middle blocker, but a libero. Wasted chase and effort for Letran after that miss-hit by Panangin.
Set was a bit too far and wide for Panangin to adjust to. Let's see that once again. Oh, I think she tried to go for a cut shot towards Botor, but just miscalculated her hit.
Down to a 2-point game. Those service errors really hurting Enderun colleges to initiate a momentum here in set number 2.
As much as possible, you really want to limit the errors because those errors will be the point of confidence for your opponent.
They need more of that for sure.
Exactly what we've been waiting for coming from the middle attackers of Enderun colleges. That is Alba. The credit for that quick attack.
That Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by the new Smart Power All 109. Load now. Eder Alba with 3 points here in set number 2.
Miscommunication there for the Lady Knights. And a service ace will be awarded to Enderun.
Make that the first player with a double-digit production here on this ball game. It's V. Botor. Her first point here in the second set. Make that a total of 10 points for Capitana. Nitura with that answer, but SJ with that dig. Battle at the net. Chance here for the Lady Titans. Alvero. Welcome back.
Alvero this time with a stronger hit. Kanina, nakita natin placing lang siya. But this time, she put more power into it, seeing that she had 2 blockers in front of her. And bukas yung open, yung down the line dun sa kamay ng blockers.
There's a sort of struggle for Letran Lady Knights. Whenever they take over, they will be in advantage by as much as 3 or even 5 earlier in set number 1. And then, itong Enderun colleges, really patient enough to tie things up and even just being in command of the ball game. Tingnan natin kung sino nga abante dito. Deadlock at 13. That will not go over for Alba though.
Set was a bit too low and fast for Alba coming from Santos.
You know, here for Letran Lady Knights, we can also say that one of the things that has been pushing them in the past games is, of course, the return of Coach Mayet Carolino. She was sort of missing in the past few games. Siyempre, itong si Coach Mayet, when she became part of the coaching staff of Letran Lady Knights, dun din nakita natin, naramdaman natin yung changes na kinakailangan nila. But that was another solid block point. Make that the 3rd block point for this open hitter. Itong si Nat Tizon. Ali with that off speed. Flores to Nitura from the right. Coverage alive here for the Lady Knights scramble defense. There was a push from Botor.
Again, the activation of the middle blockers or combination plays is very crucial for Letran, especially because it scrambled the defensive line for Enderun. making them get that point easy. Technical timeout for Letran, 16-13.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
Shakey Super League, we will achieve.
This is a 3-point advantage for the Letran Lady Knights. It's actually led by Jadiel Nitura with 4 points here in set number 2, but also some participation. May Panangin and Tizon with 3 points apiece, but also those errors hurting the Lady Titans here in set number 2. They got stuck in this 13-point mark. Flores shoots it, speaking Tizon in that play. But there was an unfortunate net touch again. Those errors, Richie.
You know, as much as possible, you don't want to give the feeling of complacency, especially when Letran is capable of producing that same intensity of plays. Better first ball here for Enderun, but another error for Enderun. An attack error once again. That's already the third in the second set.
Solid run here for Letran Lady Knights from those errors. Kaya timeout muna para kay Coach Ariel.
Okay, balik tayo. 5 lang yan. Kaya pa natin yan. Malayo pa yan. Oy, laro ng ayos. Kakayanin pa natin yan. Okay, same lang. Bahala ka. 1, 2. Basta importante yung pasa natin, ha? Malayo pa yan. Ha? Hindi naman ganun ka, ano yung service nila. Kaya natin i-receive. Okay, come on, guys.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now.
More instructions here coming from Coach Dong to the setter Santos to really be a playmaker in activating the spikers, emphasizing that the services of Letran aren't actually that strong. So it's really important that you deliver that first ball to your setter, giving her the chance to really scatter her attackers to gain more points.
In the first set, after the timeout called by Coach Dong de la Cruz, that's when Enderun Colleges came alive. But just when I was talking about that one, Panangin says, we're just going to maintain this advantage.
So you have to love the game we've been seeing from Panangin as well. She didn't start in today's game, pero once she was subbed in, siguro na feel niya na, hala, hindi ako napasok. It's my time to shine kung ibalik man ako sa court. And she's really giving it her all in today's game.
Off speed and up. Nitura with a tap. V from the back row over-received. And a net touch violation kontra overreaching. Pero nakita natin dito for Letran, no, aside dun sa mga naging errors ng Enderun Colleges. Better ball distribution here courtesy of Flores. Just want to say hi to all of our online viewers on Facebook, on YouTube, as well as on pusop.com. And Enderun College is just really having a hard time here to respond dahil clearly yung momentum nasa panig ng Letran.
I think Flores has been doing such a wonderful job in distributing the sets to her attackers, especially activating Nitura, who has the most basket of points already in this second set.
Again, a crucial game because they're eyeing for that number 4 spot in that semi-finals, which will happen tomorrow. Santos. And the first point coming off the bench for Ryan Gimay.
Set was a bit delayed and low there, pero as you see, great adjustment on the part of Enderun.
That was Gimay earning that point, replacing Salvani earlier. Just want to say hi to all of our viewers on Facebook. We see here Mark Dale, Tegaro, and Anthony Carlos watching our first game this triple header Thursday. 5-point advantage for Letran. Running hit will work, led by El Lama.
So again, in the first set, lamang ang Letran pero nakahabol yung Enderun at lumamang pa. So we see them, you really just have to stabilize and establish consistency as early as you can.
Chick to Judiel. Barilla with that up. Santos with that dig. Flores to Tizon. Error there.
Costly error by Tizon.
Back-to-back points for Enderun Colleges, only finding themselves down here by 3 points. Coach Alexi will be calling for that quick time to gather his girls here.
Trying to break the momentum that Enderun has been creating.
Of course, if you're Letran, ito na yung moment na kumbaga kayo na yung nagdidikta or you're dictating the pacing of this game. You wouldn't want Enderun Colleges to snatch and steal the second set once again, just like what happened in the opener.
Here we see the clipboards are out, so strategies will be played here. It will just come out to play on which one will be effective.
Better reception ni Tura. Santos. His communication here for the Lady Titan. Second attempt for Judiel. Won't go. Ali. Great coverage. Some adjustments with that push. Di gagana. Tizon from the open. That will work.
Successful this time. Tizon through the blocker's hands. Ending that rally.
Couple of times na nabigyan itong si Gimay for the Enderun Colleges, but it is Tizon for Letran earning that point after that rally.
Good call of a timeout also for Coach Alexi. Breaking that momentum for Enderun. Let's see if they will still remain here.
Verga with that first ball. Chance here for the Lady Titans. Running attack once more.
This time that was Elama breaking that rally. And that's what you want to see coming from a really perfect first ball to the setter's box. You want to activate your quick attackers, really trying to limit the net defense that Letran has been making and blocking the points.
It's actually the middle blockers paving the way para dito sa ating set 2 for Enderun Colleges. Butor is limited by only 1 point. She is the missing link dito sa ating set number 2. Crucial service error there. May tig 3 points dito sa set 2 for El Lama and Eder Alba, the middle blockers of Coach Ariel de la Cruz.
Abayon now inside for the Letran Lady Knights. So we saw her, she had a few points also in the first set, actually starting in this match. So coming off the bench, of course there's still a little bit of coldness when it comes to resting a little bit. You need to really heat up, but still a costly error there. 19-22 is our score, and they're now serving.
Again, battle of the champions, na ASCO champions, and NCAA champs. Cross-court for Colendra. Welcome back here in set number 2. But I think earlier also, Nat Tizon had a bad landing. Mukhang sinistretch din siya dito ng kanilang coaching staff here for the Lady Knights. But Colendra, meanwhile, scoring that point.
Another error here for Letran. Now inching closer, Enderun will serve. With Santos at the back, they have 3 attackers. They need to take advantage of changing things up.
3 puntos ang hinahabol dito ng Enderun Colleges. Coach Ariel de la Cruz right now. Up on his feet. Trying to instruct his players. But Colendra with some participation in the tail end of set number 2, bringing her team at set point opportunity.
When you want a sure point, you really will go to your percentage spikers, and Colendra has been that person to go to, especially in times like these. Flores now on deck to serve.
Just that quality double substitution that happened for Coach Alexi. Great move, actually, to entrust the return of Colendra. Flores to Nitura. She was denied in that play. Panangin also rejected, but coverage present. Santos to Botor with that long cut, getting that hand check.
They will need, Enderun, talking about Enderun, they will need to go to their percentage spiker, which is Botor, but now she is serving, which means they can have 3 attackers in front and also a pipeline attacker at the back. So this is something that Santos will need to orchestrate to save another set point.
And they struggle in that reception. Easy over. Santos to the middle. Netura looking for a finish. Scramble D. Second opportunity for the Lady Titans. Coverage nandoon para sa Enderun. Kabayan with a chase. Third freebie given away here. Yamay.
Lots of free balls coming from Letran.
Longest rally here in set number 2. Nitura from the right. Flores with that coverage. Panangin with that finish.
Letran ending the set with a cross-court attack coming from Panangin. And a dig set from their libero. That's Enverga.
One thing's for sure, hindi tayo matatapos in 3 straight sets as Letran Lady Knights was able to secure second set.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Dreams in our hands, the future future will rise. Every serve,
25-20. 25-21, 21-25 as Letran Lady Knights were able to secure set number 2. It was actually a game of runs in that second set led by Judiel Nitura, who became part of the starting 6 in that set number 2. But you got some contributions by the usual suspects like Manangin with 5 points and Nitura with 4 points all in set number 2. Even Nat Tizon with her blockings and scoring. Naging malaking tulong yun para sa Lady Knights.
Let's not forget Colendra also contributing for that. 21-25 is our final score for set number 2. For set statistics, we have more attack points here coming from Letran. So medyo nag-switch sila. 13 now for Letran and 10 for Enderun. Pantay sa blocks, pantay sa aces, and almost pantay din sa error. So we see them really battling neck to neck here in the second set.
Of course, one of their veterans getting her groove back really is Judiel Nitura, as always, helping her team out in the crucial juncture of the game. 6 na puntos na ang meron para dito kay Judiel Nitura. And on top of our broadcast earlier, Richie, we talked about itong si Judiel Nitura kontra UST. She was just limited by a 2-point production. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza, chicken, and mojos now. Set number 3 currently ongoing, and going back to what I was pointing out earlier, Richie, itong si Judiel kahapon chipped in 7 points naman, and then yung 6 na puntos nanggaling sa set number 3. So there's also something about Judiel probably not getting her spark during the first set, but come that second and third set, dun siya mas nagkakaroon ng gana.
So this is already better showing for Nitura, because in the second set she was actually one of the stars that shined bright for the side of the Letran Lady Knights. So as much as possible, you want to remain consistent in activating her, especially when she has that kind of momentum already building up in today's game. Smart play there by Flores. 1-2 play. You know, seeing that the defenders of Enderun actually already came closer to the net, she just opted to place that ball right at zone 5.
Perfect ball placement there for the main playmaker of Coach Alexi Chick Flores, only 20 years old, hailing from Bicol. Also studied in Naga College Foundation, kung saan magkakasama pa sila doon ni Ara Panique, kay Bombita.
This time Botor powering through the blocker's hands.
3-1 run para sa Enderun Colleges. Mukhang naging maganda ang conversation nila with Coach Ariel de la Cruz after having a struggle noong kanilang second set.
So this is also a better start for Enderun Colleges. We saw in the second set medyo strong din yung simula nila. So we'll see how they can maintain the momentum on their side this time and actually have the lead first before Letran stabilizes.
Nitura, favorite niya mga ganyan. Just utilizing the fingertips of her blockers, opting to go for those side out.
Yeah, it's an advantage that she has a really long hang time. She gets to decide and actually examine the blockers. Kung mabablock ba siya, she has the opportunity to actually flip her wrist para mapaside out.
Of course, Judiel Nitura is the finals MVP in the recent NCAA season 101. Also hailed as the best opposite spiker.
Set was too close there from Flores of Letran.
Couple of errors para sa Lady Knights. Both teams, no? Hindi pa natin nakikita yung consistency para sa kanila. It's sort of a roller coaster journey for them in the past 2 sets. Maluto earning that point coming off the bench here in set number 3.
And again, middle blocker and attacker coming from Letran for her first point.
Or an ace. That's Bea. Mukhang may mga magic bunot dito galing kay Coach Lexi with the back-to-back conversions here of Maluto. Former player from the FEU Baby Tamaraos, teammates with players like Claloresco, Lovely Lopez, na currently nasa seniors team naman ng Lady Tamaraos.
This time, Alvero on the side of Enderun College as the serve. Score is 6-4 in favor of Enderun. Faulty set there, but still will be awarded to Letran.
So now just a 1-point game here in the third set. This is just our first game. Later on, maganda rin ang makikita nating matchup. Battle for the second spot naman yun, with CSB Lady Blazers taking on Southern Storm Melbourne. And then final matchup natin, UST. Third game natin yun, ang kakalabanin nila at one of our international guest teams, which is Ho Chi Minh City volleyball team.
Let's see that once again. Actually, medyo nasa likod niya na yung bola, and she was still able to adjust for that long shot.
Spanangin, after scoring that point, she is on deck to serve, an opportunity for the Lady Knights to tie things up at 7. Botor.
Longer shot as well for Botor, given that she was given a long and wide set.
Her presence is really needed here for Enderun Colleges. They take over by 2 points.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
With every jump, the sky we claim.
Back in action here in the Ninoy Aquino Stadium for our first matchup this triple header Thursday, our final day in the elimination round. After Cristobal with Richie Cordero, set number 3 currently ongoing. Set number 1 nakuha ng Enderun. Set number 2 snatched by Letran Lady Knights.
Santos to Botor.
Flores went for that push. Some chase.
Good effort there from Enderun, but this point will be awarded to the Letran Lady Knights.
No, in a situation like this, Richie, of course, you were also a player before. Pero ganito, third set na crucial kung saan you couldn't really identify who got the momentum, especially na meron na silang tigisang set. But how do you think can one team really separate from one another?
You know, as much as possible, you want to really limit your errors first. We see a lot of them being committed in this third set. So as much as possible, you want to gain that kind of momentum for your team and to have that celebration, change the pace of the game, and be more consistent when it comes to your intentions and placing balls where it will be most effective.
I like that you highlighted those errors since both teams are becoming inconsistent because of those. And here in set number 3, tabla tayo at 8-all. Really hard to predict who's gonna take over on this ball game. And unable to connect was Ali Santos to Eder Alba.
You know, even though Alba has a high reach, you still want that timing and familiarity you have with your setter. That's Santos and Alba for that previous sequence.
And now it's Letran taking over by a single point. Even a loaded service. Chansa para sa Letran. Flores tumaluto, guarded by Eder.
Lower set there from Letran.
Botor. Ball up. Back row hit. Ngayon lang natin nakita yan sa Letran. Almost a miscommunication here for the Lady Knights. Botor, that will not go over.
Limited time there to approach the way she usually does. Botor will find that ball to the net.
But interestingly, para dito sa Letran Lady Knights, we've been seeing Enverga initiating the floor defense on their end. Zamudio in the past few games of Letran, usually siya yung starting libero. Pero ngayon, Letran has been in control of set number 3, creating this 3-point separation.
Hey, pumatay ka sa dulo. Ha? Pumatay ka sa dulo kasi dalawa lang kayo spiker eh. Ha? Dalawa na, dinadalawa na dyan. Pinipilit mo pa. Hindi obra, medyo malalaki yung blocker. Eh, labas mo dito. Ha? Kailangan solo-solo mo sila. Tignan mo, sabi ko kasi, tignan mo muna yung middle saan na pumupunta. Eh. Glimpse mo muna, ha? O, sige, isa pa ulit. Balik.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now.
You know, Coach Dong is known to be very strategic when it comes to giving instruction to his girls, and that's why you see him mostly communicating with the setter as the playmaker inside the court for Enderun colleges, giving emphasis on the movement that Letran has been doing when it comes to their blockings. You want to scramble them and you want to single them out when it comes to blocking, kasi natatimingan ng Letran ang mga palo netong Enderun, but this time another attack error from Botor. And we saw Botor actually being limited in the second set. So as much as possible in the third set, she's still trying to find that same groove she had in the first set.
Ito mapasok, Richie, yung next man up for the Lady Titans, no? Since itong si Botor contributed 9 points early on in set number 1. She can't do it all alone. Doon papasok yung ibang spikers nila. But so far, Letran just having their confidence back here in the third set.
This time that was Abayon, another one for a point.
That Smart Power Up play was brought to you by the new Smart Power All 109. Load now. Riza Abayon clearly welcoming herself back here in set number 3.
Nakabantay pa rin dyan kay Botor. Ball is still alive. A good intention there from Enderun, but that point will stay on the side of the Letran Lady Knights.
And now the Lady Titans are just rattled in this juncture of this game, especially na 6 na puntos na ang hinahabol nila.
Now, Letran trying to have that comfortable lead, but there's no space here for complacency as much as possible. This is already the Letran we know more of, especially when it comes to movement that we've been missing in the previous sets and their previous games. So as much as possible, now that they found their groove and their momentum, they want it to continue, and this is the kind of celebration we're looking for, especially from that service ace coming from Padilla.
So this demeanor of the Letran Lady Knights, something that we didn't see yesterday against CSB Lady Blazers. Their shoulders were down. I couldn't remember that some players were celebrating that way. Alam mo yung ibang-iba eh, yung aura nila. Pero ngayon, mukhang nagbabalik sila and just really learn from that loss to CSB Lady Blazers yesterday as Riza Bayon will be bringing us into our second technical timeout.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
Back in action here in the Ninoy Aquino Stadium. Set number 3 ongoing. Letran taking on Enderun Colleges. But this is the biggest lead of this ball game at 8 points for the reigning champions in the NCAA 101. It's 16 serving 8. Chance here. Back row hit with the help of the net for Nitura. Of speed and may mga puntos na tayo nakikita dito. This time that will come from Alvero.
Smart decision making there for Alvero once again. Now, a while ago in the previous sets, she has been a player that has been very smart and strategic when it comes to placing the balls, and this time around it's still working out for her, breaking that momentum. Papantay naman dyan si Abayon, breaking that momentum once again, keeping it on the side of the Letran Lady Knights.
Riza Abayon, formerly teammates with Marga Altea, Erin Soto in the UST Junior Golden Tigresses, and now transferring in her new home. Riza Abayon, 6 points today. Kahapon, 7 puntos yan. At yung contribution na yun ang galing ng third set.
Too much power there for Abayon, quickly apologizing.
So, correction, 6 points kahapon para kay Riza Bayon. Ngayon, inangatan niya na yung 6-point production niya with 7 points, helping Letran out in the 7-point lead. Nitura also.
That is a more familiar attack point coming from Nitura. Nung kanina, medyo alanganin din yung mga palo niya, but this time around, that was more convincing on her point.
Just want to say hi to one of our online viewers, Mr. Norman. Thank you so much po for supporting us in today's ball game. Laging nakasuporta yan sa Shakey Super League. Tsaka laging kumakain yan sa Shakey's. 8-point game. Flores goes to the middle.
Miss hit, but a lucky one for Maluto. Let's see that once again. Perfect first ball in a set, but a bit too high. Pero naabot pa rin yan. Landing right behind the blocker's hands for Enderun.
Now that separation will be at 9 points. Solid service. Finally, a conversion here from Salvani.
Salvani breaking that momentum coming from Letran. As much as possible, what's been working for Enderun is really activating their outside hitters. So even with Motor at the back, you want to activate Salvani as well. But this time, sasagot naman dyan si Panangin.
Panangin earning that point from the open.
You know, it's nice that every time Letran's momentum is being killed, ang bilis din nilang mabawi. And that's because they're really activating their percentage spikers.
Even without Kulendra, we see Nitura, Panangin, and Abayon.
Flores doing a wonderful job activating her spikers.
10-point lead, the biggest one in today's game after Panangin targeting SJ Barilla in that sequence.
Hindi ka naman ganun kaano ka-effective. Okay? O laban lang tayo, ilapit lang natin yung score dyan para sa fourth set. Hindi pa tapos yan, ha? Hindi pa tapos yung laro na to.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now.
Just words of motivation coming from Coach Dong to his girls. Hindi pa tapos, ilapit lang natin. You know they're capable of catching up. They did it in the first and second set. But this time around, more consistency coming from the Lady Knights.
Kneeling setup job there of speed by Salvani. Flores to Nitura.
Letran asking for a touch, but point will be awarded there to Enderun as that ball coming from Nitura will sail out.
Behind by 9 points.
Better activation there coming from the middle side. That's Padilla once again with that same kind of celebration she had when she had the service ace.
Better connection for Flores with all of her spikers from the open, opposite, and even from her middle blockers kasi mas napapagana na rin. Itong si Maluto earlier and even Padilla and an ace.
Now we saw this kind of substitution from the first set, a double substitution that was very costly on the side of Letran. So this time around, we'll see how it will play out. 4-2 substitution, setter at the back, 3 spikers in front for the Letran Lady Knights.
Only 2 points away itong Letran in securing set number 3. Tumayaw and Colendra back inside.
Same kind of attack here for Padilla, this time dropping that ball straight to the floor.
And she liked that setup, bringing her team at set point opportunity 24-12. Although that service sailed out for Tumayaw.
1 set point save here by Enderun.
Struggle in that first ball. Chance here for the Lady Titans. Botor.
Botor with another point, and this is an advantage for Enderun knowing that she's in front.
No room for mistakes para sa Enderun Colleges. Tumayaw, shoot set. Binigay kay Panangin, looking for that finisher.
Panangin successful on that double block, powering through the 2 blockers' hands. Given that it's a wide set, she really moved back to have that proper approach and effort to just end this set. Score is 14-25 in favor of the Letran Lady Knights.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Already in the upper hand by a single set itong Letran Lady Knights. It's 21-25, 25-21, 25-14. And in set number 3, it was full dominance that they displayed, led by players like itong si Judiel Nitura and Riza Bayon. At syempre, no, yung participation pa ng isa sa mga game changers sa larong ito, itong si Joralyn Manangin.
You know, it was a more dominant, convincing win for the Lady Knights. 25-14 is our score for the third set. For our set statistics, we see a more dominating and convincing attack points coming from the Letran Lady Knights, 15 points and 7 only for Enderun Colleges. So we'll see how this will play out in the fourth set.
Yesterday against the Lady Blazers, Joralyn scored 5 points. Ngayon, 10 puntos na ang ibinahagi niya para sa larong ito. O ang ambag niya para sa battle na to kontra Enderun Colleges. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite Thin Crust Pizza and Chicken and Mojo's now.
Now for Panangin to not start in today's game, yung pagka-bounce back niya, pagkadating ng second set, third set, she really did show her presence as one of our leading scorers in today's game. Service error there for Botor. Free point for Letran.
Now it seems like the main starting six of Coach Dong de la Cruz is back inside.
Back-to-back service errors for both teams. Not the way you want to start this fourth set, especially if you want to establish dominance right away. So you, as Letran, you want to maintain that consistency and really limiting those errors and staying aggressive and spiking.
Tipik Salvani, one of the missing links. Grabing salba yun. To keep things in play, that was Enverga. Running attack, ball tap, that will work for Elama, her 4th point on this game.
You know, the quick attackers for Enderun, Elama and Alba, you want to activate them as much as possible, especially because nababantayan na ang outside spikers na tong Letran.
For Enderun Colleges, 2 players already contributed a double-digit production, namely it's V. Botor and itong si Alvero, 15 points and 11 points respectively. Meanwhile, the second player with a double-digit production is Judiel Nitura para sa Letran. Alvero, cross will work.
Very basic volleyball, perfect first ball, and a good setup for Alvero on the opposite side of the court. Once again, let's see that point. Medyo na late din yung kamay ng blockers for the Letran Lady Knights. Alvero just tapping that.
Alvero was limited by 2 points rather noong third set. Let's see if she can contribute once more here in the fourth, with Panangin scoring her 11th point. For Enderun Colleges, aside from their main tournament, their mother league, which is NAASCO, isa sa mga na-produce na nilang players already playing in the pros, which is Erica Delorio. Erica was formerly part of the Bacolod Taitong High School program. Kasabayan niya sa palarong pambansa, nakakalaban niya sila Bella Belen, and of course pandemic came, and then she took a risk to try out here for Enderun Colleges. And then, you know, one of the underrated players kasi usually kapag nasa pro ranks ka, no, they say it's always the UAAP or NCAA standouts, but she just broke that streak or that connotation and had her breakthrough in the pros. Pero ito, also paving the way once more for Letran continuously, itong si Joralyn Panangin.
You know, what a better stage to showcase your talent here in the Shakey's National Invitationals, especially given the opportunity to really stand out.
High leather, but the defense is alive for the Lady Knights. Ali picking V with that off speed, well guarded. Riza Hill or wrist action will work.
Looking for that check ball, and our first referee will award that to Letran. Score is now 5-5. Letran serving.
So an up and down situation here for Riza Abayon. 3-point set 1. Scoreless nung set 2 because nandun din siya sa sidelines. 4 na puntos ng third set. Total of 8 points for Abayon. High push. And make that 9 points. May mga players talaga na mas ginaganahan whenever they are talked about. As if they're hearing us here in the broadcast.
And what you actually notice with Letran is that when they give that perfect first ball, more often than not, their setter, Flores, will give a faster paced set. And I think that's what we've been seeing that's working really well for Letran, given that nahihirapan basahin ng Enderun kung saan man papalo yung bola.
Pero both teams, no, nung set number 1 pa lang, Richie, they're struggling in terms of their services. Pero we gotta give it to them also. This is a preseason tournament, continuous games, best of 5 sets. And nag-umpisa tayo day 1 nung linggo. At ngayon, day 4 na. Day 5 na. Thank you so much. I lost count. Day 5 na. So imagine 5 consecutive game days. So
It's also a factor na pagod, di ba?
yeah, you couldn't deny that. It's not an excuse, but
But I guess-
imagine recovery. Recovery-wise, ang hirap eh.
Yes, it's also a risk our players are making, especially when it comes to service errors, because they try to put more power into it. But this time around, that will be side out for Enderun, as Abayon will get that through the blocker's hands.
Richie, 3 players na ang may double-digit production para sa Letran Lady Knights. Kudos to the playmaking style of Chick Flores. It's Judiel Nitura with 10 points, 10 rin for Riza Abayon, and 11 points for Joralyn Panangin. And we're heading towards our first technical timeout. 2-point lead for Letran.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Back in action here in set number 4. Letran in the upper hand by 2 sets. It's 8-6. Meanwhile, Enderun Colleges trying to return after their best footing probably in the set 1, kung saan nakuha nila yon kontra Letran Lady Knights. 8-6. Flores reverses. SJ. Flores with that push. Won't go. Ali goes to the open. Dug up.
Great placement and decision-making there coming from Letran. Let's see that once again, set from behind, and Abayon just finds that sweet spot in the middle of 2 defenders of Enderun. 11 points already here for Riza Abayon.
And substitution, Botor back inside. 4 na puntos for Riza Abayon here in set number 4.
But you also see that Enderun has been doing a good job limiting the consistency and the momentum to pull away for Letran. This time, pantay. Bumawi naman ang Enderun, and that is Vibotor once again. Immediate comeback from the bench. Attack point for her.
Ever since set number 1, it has been Vibotor for Enderun Colleges, but up to this time we're asking who could help her out, especially that Letran is only needing a single set to secure this victory.
Back-to-back points there for Botor. You know, as a team captain, you lead by experience and you lead by points.
One-point game. Defense from the back. Botor eyeing to target 3 consecutive points. May tulak dito. From the right pin,
Breaking it through. That's Alvero to credit for that point. As you can see, with 2 blockers in front of her, using the hands of the blockers to make it more difficult for the defenders of Letran to get that ball up.
Three consecutive points, Richie, dito sa ating set number 4.
Marilla with that up. Vibotor once again challenging Letran. Score is now 10-9. Timeout called by the Letran Lady Knights.
This is a 4 consecutive points, 4 consecutive run para sa panig ng Enderun Colleges, which forced Coach Alexi to call for this timeout. Ngayon, itong Lady Titans na ang nagdidikta ng ating set number 4.
And if we can recall, Coach Dong from the previous set, sabi niya, sige, lapitan nyo lang yung score, tapos babawi tayo ng 4th set. And that's exactly what they're doing now. They've had more instruction from their coach.
Meanwhile, Kapitana Vibotor with a total of 17 points in today's game, 14 attacks, some blocks, and ace. Really stepping up. Easy up by SJ, the libero of Coach Dong de la Cruz. Flores jump sets, picking Riza, and that's the answer that they are looking for.
Abayon once again remaining to be such a consistent spiker and contributor for the Lady Knights.
A dozen of production already here for Riza Abayon. 5 points coming here in the 4th set. Her best production so far out of all the sets played. But Botor, you couldn't stop her.
18th point here for Vibotor, our team captain. You know, as much as possible, trying to gain that confidence back on the side of the Lady Titans.
Flores, Tunitura, SJ. Couple of digs already in this ball game, and Salvani.
With a check ball there coming from Salvani. Ball will stay with Enderun Colleges.
Could see the celebration of the Lady Titans whenever it's Salvani who score, because so far she has been having a difficult time to contribute for her team. Meanwhile, for Kapitana, make that 19 points. Flores goes to the open.
Great read. Again, Abayon this time around using the hands of the blockers to get that side out.
There are some players who would really shine during, kapag ending na, bandang dulo ng sets. And probably that's Riza Bayan, although unable to get that service across the net. Pero 6 points, lahat nakuha niya yan dito sa ating 4th set at hindi pa tayo tapos. But Letran trailing by 3 points. It seems like the Lady Titans would love to extend this into a 5th and extended set.
Lucky serve there for Alba. Landing right on the line for Enderun. Making their lead 4 points. Lower set there. But Panangin will make a way. Now we're looking for that energy coming from the 3rd set Letran had if they want to catch up in this set.
Santos to Ma. They set it up to Nitura. Four-point advantage for Enderun College. 16-12 here sa ating second technical timeout.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
Now we see here Letran Lady Knights having a difficult time in the 4th set. Enderun College is really wide awake to extend this into a 5th and deciding set.
Enderun showing more composure in this 4th set. Maximizing those free balls.
Gotta credit this connection of SJ Barilla together with Ali Santos. No? Grabe yung first ball din itong si Barilla, and this time yung mga missing links nagigising, just like Klein Salvani.
As much as possible, those first balls are the first opportunity for you to make an effective play. Nitura now from the back with a miss set.
Salvani from the open, over a seed, guarded at the net. Another chance for the Lady Knights. Kneeling set up there, scramble defense for the Lady Knights, chance for the Lady Titans. Santos to Salvani, rejected by Nitura. Another chance of speed, stun defense here for Letran.
Same outcome there for Salvani, landing right behind that attack line. What a use of that beautiful wrist. Being activated more often here in the 4th set. Now substitution for the Letran Lady Knights. Martin inside for Abayon. Shorter serve here. Nitura for a drop.
Santos, some activation from the back row, won't work. Flores to Panangin.
Panangin will remain consistent in producing those points every time she's set up. Just being smart and using her resources, which are the hands of the blockers, to get points. This time, Nitura serving for the Lady Knights.
5-point game. Salvani once more. Flores jump sets. High push. Ma to Salvani. Hand check. That will be given to the Lady Titans.
Double substitution here for the Lady Knights. Colendra and Tumayaw inside for Nitura and Flores, giving them a little time to rest, but with 3 spikers in front for Letran, trying to maximize. Oh, sorry, 2 spikers in front for Letran.
Colendra with that off speed. Tignan natin kung magkakaroon ng spark plugs. Itong double substitution na to. Miss set.
Letran asking for a check ball, but that point will be awarded to Enderun as that ball sailed out.
Crucial talaga yung mga double substitution, make or break situations. Kita natin Tumayaw had that miss set opportunity. And Enderun College is just utilizing each and every opportunity that they could gain here. In the 4th set, abante sila ng 7. Tumayaw, tupanangin.
Another attack error here for Letran. You know, they had a good time minimizing these errors already in the 3rd set, but this time around, medyo may giggle factor na. But it's being very costly on their part.
8-point game. Although, may service error dito. But it would require a lot for the Letran Lady Knights. Mahaba-haba ang katahaki nila kung gusto nila makuha ito. But in a much more comfortable position, Richie, itong Lady Titans. Even Ma challenging the defense of the Lady Knights. Santos' second attempt will work. Better ball placement.
Good opportunity there for Enderun with a perfect first ball and a scrambled defensive system for Letran, just taking advantage and as much as possible activating Elama.
That Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by the new Smart Power All 109. Load now. From the right pin was Colendra. Santos to Botor. Deep cross, her own, to bring her team 2 points away in securing set 4.
This time again it was Botor with that beautiful cross-court attack.
20 points already for V. Botor, Kapitana of Enderun Colleges.
Better floor defense also for Enderun.
Tumayaw goes to the middle, guarded by Alba.
Elama now on deck to serve for the set point in this 4th set.
Bomb set. Martin with that push. Botor, 21. "21 points for their team captain, V. Botor, extending this into a 5th setter match. Only one slot in the semifinals. It's 25-21, 21-25, 14-25, and 25-14.
Let it show.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
25-21, 21-25, 14-25, 25-14. Numbers speaking here, just an up and down situation happening here for our first game. Set number 4, it was all about their team captain, V. Butor. Now, V. Butor has been a force to be reckoned with, challenging Letran when it comes to defense. But of course, we had those placement shots also coming from Salvani of Enderun Colleges, really distributing the attack points. 25-14 is our score, and for set statistics this time around, 14 points coming from attacks for Enderun and 11 for Letran, really limiting them with 3 blocks for Enderun, 2 service aces, and more errors coming from Letran and only 3 from Enderun. But just an all-around performance for the captain of the Sheep. Itong si V. Butor with a total of 23 points in today's ball game, just when everyone was having a difficult time, seamlessly chipping in 17 attacks, 3 blocks, 3 aces, literally scoring from all departments is V. Butor. You know, as much as possible, she was limited in that second set and the third set. Pero this time around, grabe yung grit and resiliency coming from this player. Every time she set up a point, she shows leadership when it comes to her performance in being activated, especially in that third set. So 5th set now, we'll see how everything plays out. Lots of test of character and maturity will be shown here. This set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite Thin Crust Pizza, Chicken, and Mojos now. Set number 5. Here we go. Again, this is a showcase of talent for our battle for 4th spot. Dahil bukas semi-finals na, pero unang puntos makukuha ng Letran Lady Knights. Just shows how crucial and critical this game is for both of our teams. Enderun, of course, coming from a high from their previous game, and Letran trying to gain that identity of a champion team back. And right on cue, double block here for the Letran Lady Knights. That disrespect after that defense at the net by the best opposite hitter and the finals MVP and the NCAA, that's Judiel Netura. As much as possible, this is the 5th set. More fluidity and control must be seen here for, again, Netura. This time around, an attack point with a single blocker in front of her, taking that opportunity as far as possible, getting that point from an off-the-block hit. Back-to-back points for Judiel Netura. A dozen of production with 12 points in today's ball game. Sasagot si Butor, but heavily guarded here now. High leather and an opportunity here for the Lady Knights. Netura once more. Ball is still playable. Sa kanan. But everyone moving here for Letran. That advantage for Netura to have such high elevation and hang time. That's already 3 points out of the 4 of Letran.
Dito sa labas. Okay, pagod na, kaapat na palo na yan. Na, pag maganda receive, tumba mo lang, palo doon, ha? Play, i-dos mo naman, dos. 1-2. 1-2, doon si, Papsi, ha? Papsi, konting pwersa sa bola. Bola.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now. Coach Dong saying pagod na si Netura, naka-4 na palo. That means try to make the plays
dito sa may dos, which means the open side of the court. So again, Coach Dong trying to be strategic when it comes to the instructions for his girls. So we'll see how they may activate the open side of the court.
4-0 run. Just this immediate separation established. Make this 5 consecutive points in a fifth setter match, Richie. This is very crucial knowing na race to 15 lang tayo.
Exactly, and I think Letran is taking advantage of that error. And of course, the consistent attack points coming from Nitura here. Shorter serve here.
Underhand set. They pick. Itong si Botor. Flores to Nitura once more. Better floor D for Enderun Colleges. And finally, conversion here led by V. Botor.
Down the line there for our team captain and the highest scorer in today's game.
Yep, Noche Buena para kay V. Botor with 24 points in today's ball game. Flores. What a dig by SJ.
Overreaching violation there called on Enderun. So again, these free points you do not want to give to Letran, especially when they're starting to produce that same kind of energy and flow they had in the third set. Panangan now on deck to serve.
6-1 run for the Lady Knights. Finally, that dump of the litter for Eder Alba.
That missing link coming from activating those middle attackers this time around. Alba will just shoot that right behind the blockers.
Just a quality first game this Thursday. A win would mean a guaranteed seat in the Final Four. But even Riza Bayon will be helping out Judiel Nitura and the rest of the Lady Knights.
Again, it's the race to 15. Very crucial moments here for both teams.
Santos goes to the opposite side. Chick to Riza, dug up by SJ. Salvani will be denied in that play.
Letran being aggressive at the net.
Chance here for the Lady Titans. Santos reverses. Salvani not prepared for it.
Lower set.
And Riza with that off speed, not a problem.
Kanina nababantay na din siya ng depensa at blocking na tong Enderun, but this time around she really makes a way to pave for a score.
Really a harder problem here for Enderun Colleges dahil 6 na puntos ang inahabol nila. 8-2 here in set number 5. Chick to Riza once more. Salvani was there for that pickup. Alvero.
No one was there to cover for the Lady Knights, but Alvero will remain victorious, getting that attack with very limited time to approach at that point.
Some light on this tunnel for Enderun Colleges with Alvero helping her team out. Nitura with authority.
Nitura with a wide set, but still finding that open part of the blocker's hands, just landing in front of the defenders of Enderun.
What about this? 4 points for Judiel Nitura, all here in this crucial fifth set. Flores jump sets. They pick Riza. There was an up. Ball is still playable. Riza ulit. Fearless.
This time Abayon just indestructible when it comes to that front line as their percentage spiker in this fifth set.
Only 5 points away. Itong Letran Lady Knights. And securing this victory.
You know, fifth set will really determine and showcase maturity and experience inside the court, and that's exactly what Letran has been doing in today's game, especially in this fifth set. More convincing movement. Santos to Elama.
This time, Riza with another off-speed. Won't work. 1-2 play. Nabantayan ni Abayon. Salvani. Flores reverses. Speaking ni Tura. Could feel the exhaustion for all players here.
Good effort there from Panangin. But that was good placement coming from the side of Enderun. Double substitution here for the Lady Titans. Hernandez in, Santos out.
I don't think that double substitution will be guaranteed here.
As Botor was called on for more instruction and clarification here coming from our first referee. So all 6 players will stay inside the court. No substitutions first for Enderun.
Still a 6-point lead for the Lady Knights. Netura from the right. Good coverage para sa Lady Titans. Second attempt for Botor.
Flores to Abayon.
Botor, third time.
That will sail out.
Seven-point lead para sa Letran. Coach Dong will be calling for a quick time.
Dito si setter, nandito si yung para tatlo spiker natin. Nagkagulo kayo, pinakialaman nyo kasi yung... Sige. Asan? Nasa harap ka? O, isang maganda receive lang. Takbo, labas. Pag maganda, takbo dito.
That huddle was powered by Smart Power All 109. Load now.
More instruction there from Coach Dong to activate Elama, especially pag maganda yung pasa. This time around, Abayon will remain on that service deck post timeout.
Itong puntos ang kalamangan dito ng Letran Lady Knights. Botor rejected at the net.
Flores and Padilla nakabantay na dyan sa porsyento ng Enderun. Really great timing and fluid movement here from the Lady Knights in blocking. You know, medyo predictable that their main gunner, Botor, will be set up and activated, especially in the crucial parts of this fifth set. So, very strategic itong blocking ng Letran.
It was the first and the fourth set na nakuha ng Enderun colleges. Yung mga panalo na yun. And you could actually feel na may pagod din after securing that fourth set. But it's now or never for them. It's either they get a slot in the Final Four or it's Letran to be taking over. Botor has been asking for those checks. Unfortunately, it will not be given to her.
You know, Botor has been giving it her all in the past 4 sets. So, ngayon na nababantayan siya, she may have to change her strategy a bit. Trying to get that longer shot. Pero nahuli dun yung blockers ng Letran. Service ace for Abayon.
But this is a better return para sa Letran Lady Knights. Not an easy win for them as currently they are at match point opportunity after stumbling against CSB Lady Blazers yesterday. But at least they were able to gather themselves back on track. 14-4. Full dominance here in the fifth set. 1 point needed here to secure a Final Four slot. And that's not a problem here for Joralyn Panangin, as she'll be helping her team in securing that Final Four, which will happen tomorrow.
Perfect setup there for Panangin just to end this match. A 5-setter nail-biter for these two teams.
Congratulations for Letran Lady Knights in this comeback victory contra Enderun Colleges. Not an easy win for them. Well challenged by the NAASCO champions, itong Lady Titans, but still, they showcased how they can slowly gather themselves back here in the tournament.
You know, battle of the champions, it will really be a neck-to-neck battle when it comes to skill. But Letran just doing such a good job in proving their name and status here in the Shakey's National Invitationals.
Congratulations once again for Coach Alexi's team. And they will win in 5 sets, 21-25, 25-21, 25-14, 14-25, and 15-4.
Feel the passion, let it show. With every jump, the sky we claim. Next gen heroes, remember the name. Alright.
Lapit mga katropa, may mga biyayang darating. Ikaw, hindi ka makapili ng platform, pero mahahanap mo naman ang For You. Iba-ibang saya, iba-ibang biyaya. Ikaw, meron ding For You po.
F2 Logistics. We'll climb mountains and cross oceans to make sure we move your cargo as fast and safe as possible, because your cargo is our business. F2 Logistics. Let's move now.
New Smart Power All. Choose your Unli and your 5 gig app bundle so you can binge, game, or share it all. Plus 10 gig for all apps and 4 gig of 5G data. Power your next side quest with Smart Power All.
21-25, 25-21, 25-14, 14-25, and 15-4 is our final scores, as the Letran Lady Knights just secured a Final Four slot here in the Shakey Super League Collegiate National Invitationals. This MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite Thin Crust Pizza and Chicken and Mojo's now.
You know, Flores just did a wonderful job orchestrating and really embracing that title as the playmaker for the Lady Knights, especially when it comes to activating all of her spikers, just giving that confidence, ending 3 players with double-digit coming from attack points. Just really the main credit to our playmaker, Shakey Flores.
She, congratulations on this win. 16 excellent sets para sa larong ito. And kahapon, alam naman natin, it was a wake-up call kontra CSB Lady Blazers. Ngayon, nakabawi kayo in 5 sets. And anong masasabi mo dun sa pagbibigay mo syempre ng kumpiyansa sa mga spikers mo?
So yung ang sinasabi ko lang
lang po sa kanila na kung ano yung tinuturo sa amin ni Coach, yun dapat po yung gawin namin, sundin namin. So lahat naman po, nag-adjust kami, isa-isa, paunti-unti. So yun po.
Nakita natin yun in today's game. Chick, yung family mo for sure nanonood sa'yo. Ito na yung chance mo para batiin sila.
Okay po. Binabati ko yung STA kay Boss Frank po, sa father ko sa Letran. Shoutout po sa family ko. Thank you po sa support.
Thank you so much, our Chick Flores, the main playmaker for the Letran Lady Knights. A bounce-back victory and securing a Final Four slot tomorrow. Let's check out our Smart Powered Up plays brought to you by Smart's Power All 109. Power up your next side quest and get on the TikTok or Facebook. Calls and texts, 10 gig for all apps and more. Switch and load now.
You know, it was a good start for both of our teams. Letran actually had the lead pero nahabol yan ng Enderun for the first set. It was a powerhouse from Botor, Alvero, Ma, and Santos doing a good job orchestrating that. 25-21 was the score for the first set. Now for set number 2, Letran had better showing, limiting their errors and showing more aggressiveness in attacking. Of course, we had Abayon, Panangin, who really shined in that second set, while Nitura also and Colendra, Tizon contributing to that point, limiting Botor of Enderun to produce the same kind of energy she had in set number 1.
Pagdating natin sa ating set number 3, Richie, ito na. Letran made sure to be consistent after snatching set number 2. They limited Enderun Colleges by just a 14-point production. It was led by Joralyn Panangin together with Riza Abayo that resulted to a 25-14. Pagdating naman natin dito sa set number 4, of course, Enderun Colleges didn't want to end things early by just 4 sets. Dito naman, mas nabuhayan sila. Nagkabaliktad tayo ng score dito. Sila naman yung nag-limit sa Letran by only 14 points. All because of their team captain with that 8-point production. It's V. Botor really showcasing leadership and skills in that 4th set. Pero pagdating natin ng set number 5, it was a complete different story and comeback for the Letran Lady Knights. That ball distribution of Chick Flores paved the way to activate players like Riza Bayon together with Judiel Nitura. That's why they were in command all throughout, had that solid run, finishing in 5 sets. Itong Letran Lady Knights bouncing back after failing to secure a single set yesterday against the CSB Lady Blazers. Let's take a look at our final numbers.
For our match summary, we have attack points 57 for Letran and Enderun with 48. 9 block points for Enderun and 8 for Letran. 4 service aces for Enderun and 7 for Letran. At pantay naman tayo dito pagkadating sa errors na nangyari when it comes to the match.
So for our semifinals showdown tomorrow, it is Letran securing that number 4 spot. Coming up next, second game in this triple header Thursday, CSB Lady Blazers contra Southern Storm Melbourne in just a moment.
To the beat, feel the roar. Stronger together we'll soar. Push through the pain, rise from the fall. Super League spirit will give it all. Rise, ignite, shine brighter than the lights. Jump.